I've heard your stories. I've witnessed the hardships. We've all seen the aftermath of Harvey Hurricane. Are you prepared? Let's talk disaster preparedness and recovery. We are all Texans recovering together.
Previously on Texans Recovering Together.
Good morning, and thank you for joining me, Teresa Davis, on Texans Recovering Together.
Your audience might remember having this program doing Katrina, Rita, Ike, and now doing Harvey. So this program comes to us whenever we have a storm and a lot of folks in our area are impacted by it.
Approximately 95 18-wheelers came in from Hurricane Harvey. One donation of 10,000 My Pillows came to support the whole Golden Triangle. Our church took damage, but it wasn't to a full extent.
I've answered some calls, and they've been heartbreaking.
I can imagine.
One lady I talked to, she was the only space she had. Her apartments were destroyed over in Port Arthur. The only place she had for personal space was a recliner.
So we actually live in a subdivision near Sour Lake. So our home received about 5.5 feet of water. So unfortunately that was a total loss.
Ladies and gentlemen, for Region 5, Teresa Davis.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Texans Recovering Together. My name is Teresa Davis, and again, I have the privilege of bringing to you a show that's dedicated to disaster recovery and preparedness.
We all remember the news reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you now? What have we really learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 as we discuss ways to plan and prepare for hurricane season, where we also connect the community to resources and services to help you recover from disasters. We are all Texans recovering together. We all remember the reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you? What have we all truly learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30, where we discuss ways to connect the community to services and resources to help you recover. We are all Texans recovering together.
Welcome back, and I'm so glad that you all are able to join us today on Texans Recovering Together. Again, I am Teresa Davis with Region 5's Crisis Counseling Program, and we are so privileged to be able to have this opportunity to talk with you, our Facebook Live audience, and the community about how to get connected with the resources and the programs and services to help you continue to recover as a result of Hurricane Harvey. Now, let's have a real conversation about what's going on, because we certainly understand that there are triggers. We have just come upon our Harvey Hurricane anniversary date a year ago, and that itself brought about increased anxiety, more concerns, and the fact that people are still recovering. There are many that are not in their homes. So the question still exists. What do we do? Where do we go for help? And today, it is my goal, once again, to bring to you members of your community throughout the 6 counties that we've been privileged to serve under our crisis counseling program grant, to include Orange County, Jefferson County, Hardin County, Tyler County, Newton County, and Jasper County, bringing you the most current information about the resources and services that are still available. Now, just for a moment, we certainly want to take time out to remember those that are experiencing the same hardships and uncertainties that we've all had to face here in Texas, now in the Carolinas. Again, those triggering events can come in the form of many things, such as a hurricane, an earthquake, or a wildfire, or just any distressing news media report, as we've all seen in the last past weeks. Also, with those triggering events, we get questions all the time about stress, how to manage stress. What do you do in these situations? And of course, planning and being prepared in advance for these natural disasters is only one way that we can help to manage the stress. But I do want to talk about what that stress may look like. If you are feeling anxious, or if you're angry or overwhelmed, or let's just say you're even feeling guilty about not having had the level of impact maybe as your neighbor or someone else that you know in your community, those things can bring about stress. And you may have, it's normal to have such a reaction to a situation, a disastrous situation. And some of those reactions may include having headaches or stomach aches, or sweating, eating too much, or eating too little. Again, the reason for this conversation is to make sure that you can identify when you need to reach out and obtain some of the resources and services that are available in your community. And today on this show, I have the privilege of introducing to you many members from your community that will come on this program, Texans Recovering Together, and discuss the services that they offer. This is a way for you to not only get the latest information, but to stay connected and share this information. We at Region 5 Crisis Counseling Program, we have our social media team standing by to take your comments and your questions. So make sure you interact. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you are sharing this information with your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, your families. We want to make sure that before our program leaves on October the 31st, that we have been successful at connecting you to the resources and the services that matter most in helping you, Southeast Texas, recover together. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Previously on Texans Recovering Together.
Good morning, and thank you for joining me, Teresa Davis, on Texans Recovering Together.
Your audience might remember having this program doing Katrina, Rita, Ike, and now doing Harvey. So this program comes to us whenever we have a storm, and a lot of folks in our area are impacted by it.
Approximately 95 18-wheelers came in from Hurricane Harvey. One donation of 10,000 My Pillows came to support the whole Golden Triangle. Our church took damage, but it wasn't to a full extent.
I've answered some calls, and they've been heartbreaking.
I can imagine.
One lady I talked to, she was the only space she had. Her apartment were destroyed over in Port Arthur. The only place she had for personal space was a recliner.
So we actually live in a subdivision near Sour Lake. So our home received about 5.5 feet of water. So unfortunately that was a total loss.
Ladies,
we all remember the reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you? What have we all truly learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30, where we discuss ways to connect the community to services and resources to help you recover. We are all Texans recovering together. We all remember the news reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you now? What have we really learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 as we discuss ways to plan and prepare for hurricane season. where we also connect the community to resources and services to help you recover from disasters. We are all Texans recovering together.
Welcome back. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to join me and all of my special guests today on Texans Recovering Together. I'm Teresa Davis, and today I have the pleasure of introducing Maureen McAllister, President and CEO of United Way of Orange County. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me today, Teresa.
Oh, absolutely. It's a pleasure to sit down with you and discuss all the amazing work that you're doing throughout the county. Let's talk a little bit more about United Way and what inspired you to become President and CEO.
Well, I actually started this position in January of 2017, and I've always been very involved in the community and always wanted to give back, so it was kind of a natural fit for me.
Okay.
I have a lot of connections in the community, and so it was a great opportunity for me, and I was very excited. Who knew a few months later that Harvey was going to hit?
Right, right. Okay, so United Way is all about improving lives and communities through education, health, financial stability, and etc. Tell us more about what you do and you know, to accomplish this goal.
Sure. What we do is we work with 22 partner agencies that support individuals in the areas you just mentioned: health, education, and financial stability. That's the focus of our agencies, and those agencies are located throughout Orange County, and we also have some agencies that are in Jefferson County, but they serve individuals from Orange County. And so we work with corporate partners and individuals to raise funds to support those partner agencies. We provide them funding and training opportunities and networking opportunities and just various support as we can.
Wow, wow, that's pretty amazing. Now, I know that you've all been very involved since the impact or in response to Hurricane Harvey. Let's discuss a little bit more about the support to include many outside of Texas, Florida, Louisiana, Georgia. Tell us more about that.
So our Harvey story started actually as soon as Harvey finally stopped raining on Orange County. We had our phones forwarded to my cell phone because our office actually got about 12 to 14 inches of water ourselves.
Wow.
So we were displaced, but the phones, I think we had about 350 phone calls in the first 10 days. A lot of those were individuals asking where they could get assistance, but we got a lot of phone calls from outside of the area asking how they could help, how they could send supplies, where do they send supplies.
Amazing.
And so we set up at the Salvation Army in Orange County, and we utilized their gym and their employees and us and any individuals that were willing to help, and we distributed a lot of a lot of supplies from that site. Our estimates are about $188,000 worth of in-kind donations were distributed after Harvey between bottled water, cleaning supplies, diapers, food, lots of different items. We also received some furniture, some sheetrock, so a lot of different things that we were able to get out to people. And that's just in stuff, in materials and supplies and donations. We had also started a Harvey collection for monetary funds, and so we've collected, now we are almost at $600,000 for Orange County with those funds.
Wow,
yes.
That's amazing, Maureen. That is amazing. Now, I just heard you say that Salvation Army is one of your partners. Can you tell us a little bit more about who might some of your other partners be?
Yes, as I mentioned, we have 22 partner agencies. The Salvation Army is one. Friends Helping Friends is one in Orange County. You're going to make me name them all. I don't want to leave anybody out. But we have a lot of partner agencies that in Jefferson County, we've got Samaritan Counseling is located in Port Arthur. We've got Southeast Texas Council on Alcohol and Drug Abuse. They have 3 different programs that we support. Meals on Wheels in Orange, Southeast Texas Hospice, a variety of agencies.
So tell our audience how they can actually benefit from some of these services and programs at United Way, because you have so many partners. Like, what would they need to do to make sure that they could actually benefit from the services that they provide?
Sure, they would. It just really just depends on what type of service that they're needing. And then we've got a list on our website where you can find all of these agencies listed as well as their phone numbers, and just kind of see which one. We've got a little description on there so you can kind of see what it is that you're needing and which one maybe can help you with the service you're looking for.
Okay, so if anyone right now that's tuning in to Texas Recovering Together Live, and they wanted to go immediately to the website, can you give them the website address on how to stay connected with United Way?
Absolutely. It's UnitedWayOrangeCounty.org. And we also have very active social media feeds. So we do Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And our Facebook is most popular. We do a lot of updates on that. And so we're able to share information when there's different resources available. We post those when there's different volunteer opportunities, because we have a lot of people that want to help out. So we have volunteer opportunities out there as well.
Oh, wow.
Or any type of event where an individual could go and get assistance or get something that they would need. We try to share that as well.
That's awesome. Again, Maureen, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to join us today on Texas Recovering Together. And thank you, Facebook Live audience, for joining in. Make sure you go to that website. Give it to us again.
UnitedWayOrangeCounty.org.
And make sure you stay connected with the latest resources and services that they offer. It's been awesome having you on today. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We all remember the reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you? What have we all truly learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30, where we discuss ways to connect the community to services and resources to help you recover. We are all Texans recovering together. We all remember the news reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you now? What have we really learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 as we discuss ways to plan and prepare for hurricane season, where we also connect the community to resources and services to help you recover from disasters. We are all Texans recovering together.
Welcome back to Texans Recovering Together. Again, I'm Teresa Davis, and I have here with me another awesome individual from your community. Joining me is Billy Graff with I Connect Outreach Ministries.
So glad to be here.
So glad to have you. I need you to share with our audience a little bit more about the vision for outreach, for I Connect Outreach Ministry.
I Connect Outreach absolutely loves to help people who are devastated by hurricanes or natural disasters. Just anything that could disrupt your life in the area of housing, emotion. We want to be there to help you. We want to be there to journey with you, to give you that hope that you think you've lost. And when we do that by partnering with families one-on-one. We journey through the process of construction, repair of their homes. If they have other needs, we try to partner them with other organizations, many that you're talking about now. And our goal is to just bring people home, get them out of those trailers that they're living in. A lot of people still live in tents.
I've seen it for myself throughout this federally funded grant with Region 5. We have been in the community, and we've seen a lot of the houses that are either abandoned or we've assessed communities where you have families now living together. They're in hotels, they are in the trailers. But I want you to tell us what started this ministry, because this is awesome. I mean, we're talking about rebuilding homes, we're talking about rebuilding lives. So what was the motivation behind I Connect?
Okay, I'm going to give you the fast version, because I know that's what you really want. I don't want to eat up all your Facebook time. 2008, Hurricane Ike, Galveston, Texas. I was pastoring a church on the island of Galveston. I was living on the island, I had my family there. And when Ike came through, it devastated our entire ministry.
Wow.
100% of our families were affected by the hurricane. Our personal home was destroyed. And so we had the option to either stay in the community and serve or leave and go find another job. Our family discussed it, we prayed about it, and we decided that it was more important to stay and serve the community. So that's what we did. And I Connect actually came out of a personal need that turned into ministering to over 10,000 people.
Oh, wow. Now, you know, that leads me into my next question when we're talking about the leadership or the team that actually makes up iConnect. Let's talk about what it takes to be a part of that, and perhaps what you're looking for when you're looking for volunteers. Do they have to operate with that in that capacity as well, having the passion and...
Passion helps, always helps. But we will work with anyone who has a heart to serve people.
Okay.
We work a lot with faith-based organizations. That's our primary connection point.
Okay.
Coming from the pastor background, it's a natural connection.
Absolutely.
But we also are very, very interested in working with humanitarian groups, local just families who didn't get devastated.
Okay.
Maybe their neighbors did. Well, we are there to connect the dots to help people who just want to serve.
Sort of like filling in the gaps.
We are gappers.
Oh, that is awesome. Now, give us a little bit of information about the current rebuild project that you might be working on. What does that look like?
Oh my goodness. We've actually set up in Hardin County.
Okay.
They're a county that really was under-resourced and still is, and so we started out in 9 counties after this hurricane. We were all over the area, all over Houston and Southeast Texas. But when it came time to start rebuild, we said, let's find one county, one area we can focus on and do a really good job.
Okay.
Hardin County kind of hit our heart, and so we're there. We're also doing Jefferson County a little bit, and we've got some other areas we're working on, but Hardin County is our focus.
Okay.
And we actually have set up an office there in Hardin County, right there in the Lumberton area.
Give us the address to that office.
3412 Highway 69 South, Lumberton, Texas. It's just a warehouse. Warehouse was flooded. We rebuilt it too. So.
And it's a pretty nice, it's not just a warehouse, people. It is actually a very nice office.
Well,
you've done a great job.
We try to do a good job.
Yeah.
We want our families, when we finish their homes, we don't want them to think that just a bunch of volunteers came out. We want them to think contractors came out and fixed their home, because we look at repair work as if it were our home.
Right.
I did get flooded myself.
Right.
And so our people, that's what we do. We fix homes to the point of what I personally want to live there.
So it's like having that empathy, walking in the shoes, personally experiencing the impact and knowing what it's like to be on both sides of that just helps you. I mean, that's really amazing what you all are doing. And one thing that we've identified with our Region 5 Crisis Counseling Program is house rebuild. There's so many that still need housing repairs. So what I'd like to know a little bit more about is, let's say, post-Harvey. What are some of the things that you've discovered, and then what are some of the challenges that you've faced?
Many of the challenges is getting the information to the people in the community. Secondly, we're finding that a lot of our families needed more upfront education on how to spend the FEMA funds appropriately. And so that's been a little bit of a challenge, but we're working through that. We take every family and their situation separately.
Okay, so it's like a personal
It's a one-on-one. We have people in our office right now. You could actually walk in off the street and ask for help, and we would sit with you and look at your need.
Wow. Give us the website to where our audience could
actually
connect.
The website is connectoutreach.com, connectoutreach.com. And you can find us there. You can read all about what we do, and you can give us a call. We're local. You can walk over to or you can come give us a call.
And also, let's talk a little bit about how many homes you've actually had the privilege and the pleasure of seeing people move back into in this 2018, put the smiles on people's faces and give people a new hope and a sense of new normalcy. What does that picture look like?
The most exciting thing you can do is bring somebody home.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you, there's nothing better than watching that family walk back into that home and say, wow, this looks better than it looked before the storm. And so we have currently worked through over 100.
Okay.
We currently have about 30, 35 we're actively engaged in right now.
Oh, wow. And is that only in Hardin County, or is it Hardin and Jefferson?
It's Hardin and Jefferson. High percentage of Hardin.
Okay.
But we do have some Jefferson stuff.
Okay.
And so as time goes, we'll see what the Lord opens up for us to work.
Okay.
We are there for whoever.
Okay.
And much of our funding is specific for Hardin, so we're focused there.
Okay.
But I've got 30 we're working on now. We've had over 2,000 volunteers.
Oh, wow.
And next week alone, we've got 80 volunteers coming in. We're going to work on 7 houses.
Awesome.
By the end of this month, this is what's really cool. You're not going to believe this, Teresa.
What's that, though?
By the end of this month, we're probably going to move 5 more families home.
That is amazing.
We're excited.
That's amazing.
We are excited.
And you should be, and you should be. So as far as the volunteers, if there's anyone that's listening right now and they want to get involved, tell them how they can reach out to iConnect and how they can too become a volunteer.
Very simple. Go to the website and register. Or even simpler, come to the office because we're not far. Or if you're just don't have any other way of doing it, get on your phone and dial 409-658-2027. Ask for Ann, and she will fix you up.
Yep, Ann is a great, great girl. I've had the pleasure again of coming to your office and taking a tour. You all have done a good job throughout the community. I know you're also partnered with Hardin County Strong Long-Term Recovery
Absolutely.
Group, and they're making an awesome difference throughout the county. And so just having people like you with the passion, with the drive, just that ministry brings so much hope to people. We at Region 5 Crisis Counseling Program, we've been referring people to your organization. We've heard nothing but good things about that. So we're excited that there's a process in the making, but you are a part of that process, which gives resolution to people being able to move back into their homes, and that's what this is all about. So again, our program ends on October the 31st, but Billy Graff with iConnect Outreach Ministries, they will be here. So make sure you go on their website, and that is?
ConnectOutreach.com.
And the phone number again, please.
409-658-2027.
If you need housing repairs, if there's anyone that you know, and we know many people, please make sure that you have them to go to that website, that you have them to give Billy Graft and iConnect a call so that they can find out what the criteria is and make sure that they can get on that road to recovery.
Right.
Billy, I want to thank you so much for being here with me on Texas Recovering Together, and thank you, sir, for the work that you're doing out there.
This is the most fun I've had all day. Thank you.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We all remember the news reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you now? What have we really learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 as we discuss ways to plan and prepare for hurricane season, where we also connect the community to resources and services to help you recover from disasters. We are all Texans recovering together. We all remember the reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you? What have we all truly learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30, where we discuss ways to connect the community to services and resources to help you recover. We are all Texans recovering together.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining me, Teresa Davis, and my special guest on Texans Recovering Together. I have here another special guest. Joining me this time is Robin McCutcheon with Samaritan Counseling. Thank you, Robin, for joining me.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Thank you, thank you. This is really a significant conversation that we're about to have, because the work that we do with Region 5's Crisis Counseling Program is similar or cohesive to what you do. You all are the organization that when we realize that there's some professional help needed, we refer them to you. We've heard awesome things about what you do, and again, it's just a privilege to sit and have you today to share with our Facebook Live audience more about the services that you provide. So let's talk a little bit about the mission of Samaritan Counseling.
Samaritan has been in existence locally for over 35 years, and our primary goal is to really look at the mental health and wellness of our community. And we know that there's always these ups and downs and ebbs and flows to concerns that people may have, but especially after a huge event such as Harvey, our community was significantly traumatized by that.
And I'm sure, as we have discovered, there are a lot of people that they tend to shy away from counseling. It's not like the first thing that, you know, they're running to, but we have discovered it is definitely one of the main things that they need to help them in the recovery process. Have you two identified that?
What we begin to see is that initially, you know, people are wanting sheetrock and their floors fixed and things like that. But the research shows that 18 to 24 months after an event is whenever the mental health of our community is really going to see an impact. And so as people continue to get back into their homes, into their businesses, back to their jobs, then the mental health of their is what they're going to begin to look for. So that's whenever counseling centers and mental health facilities are going to be able to see a rise in the need for services.
And are you saying that that's something that you all have seen, like it's increased? Are you aware of the increase when there's any triggers? Like, for instance, it starts to rain, or I was speaking of in the beginning of Texas Recovering Together today about the anniversary date. That was a major trigger for people. And then have you seen an increase in calls and services based on what's happening in Carolina?
All of those things have been triggers, and so if you kind of remember, we haven't really had a day without rain in several months, and so our community continues to call. We hear teachers talk about their students having fears of their homes flooding while they're gone, and so these are all triggers that our community continues to deal with, and so our counseling staff, not just at Samaritan, but at so many other counseling centers across our community, we're full, and so it gives us a great heartbreak to see that we aren't able to give those services to our clients as quickly as we would want to. And so it's important that the community continue to support one another and listen to what each other has to say in those conversations.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's one of the things that we participate in with our crisis counseling program is active listening, because just when you think you don't have anything to offer, just taking that time to have a conversation or just to listen to a survivor makes all the difference for them. Have you noticed that as well?
We have, and ironically, last week we were at the Youth Career Expo talking with young people about what does it mean to have a career in counseling. And the first thing we said asked them was, are you a good listener? Because that in itself gives you the ability to have a conversation with someone and allow them that time to open up to you about concerns that you may have. And, you know, although some people have a hard time having a conversation with a counselor, what a great opportunity just to have a conversation with a neighbor or a friend or someone down the street is to just open up and have that open communication with someone about concerns that you have, about anxieties that you may be experiencing, the depression that may come along. It's great to go see someone who's licensed in that area to give you some specific strategies and therapies in order to feel better about where you're going. But sometimes just the rest of us need to recognize that we can just be a better listener to those people around us.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you on that, Robin. Let's talk a little bit about your programs and services that you do offer to the community at Samaritan Counseling.
Sure. At Samaritan, since we're located in Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange, and in Silsbee, we're able to provide services in Jefferson, Hardin, and in Orange counties.
Oh, wow.
So it's a great resource that we're able to provide. We've got clinical staff that can provide mental health services from school-age children all the way to adulthood.
Oh, wow.
Individuals, families, groups, and so forth, as well as all of our counselors have experience in play therapy for our youngest children and adolescents. Great experience dealing with anxiety and depression and trauma. All of our counselors have recently gone through additional training in PTSD, which has become a great issue with our community.
I can imagine,
a lot of times people think that that's something that is dealt with whenever you're in the military.
Yep, that's usually what it's associated with.
It's usually associated with military, but those in the counseling field understand that that can be associated with lots of different trauma. We've just recently sent our staff for additional training in the area of PTSD. We also offer support groups. So some people may not feel comfortable coming for a one-time experience with a counselor that may then lead to multiple sessions. And so we do offer group support systems.
Oh, wow.
Group support system in parenting, but then also group support systems in dealing with grief.
Oh, wow.
And so you can come and have a conversation with more than just the counselor, but to have experiences with other people that may have those same concerns.
And that does make a difference depending on what setting, because some people are more comfortable with sitting and just having the one-on-one face-to-face. And then there's other people that need to have that, I don't want to, it's not really camaraderie, but just have the understanding that I'm not the only one. You're sitting in that group, and it's like, it's just supportive knowing that you're not the only one going through this particular situation. So
Sure, you know, and there's so many people that they feel comfortable talking about, well, I'm a diabetic, or I have heart disease, or I need a knee replacement. But it's difficult for them to step out there and say, you know what, I need to go talk to someone.
Yeah.
And so sometimes having that group setting gives it that feeling that I'm just having coffee or having some friend time.
Yeah,
and so that gives it that first step to having the conversation.
Makes it easier. Again, Robin, tell us where our audience and the community can tune in and find out more about your programs and your services. Give us that website.
Our website is www.sccset.org.
Okay.
And our phone number is 409-727-6400.
And again, you have offices in Port Arthur and Silsbee, in
Beaumont, and in Orange.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And so we're, you know, Jefferson, Orange, and Hardin counties.
Okay.
Locations in all 4 of those.
Awesome. Any upcoming calendar of events that you want our community to know about?
Right now, we're offering support groups on Saturdays.
Okay.
We have parenting
You have the
support.
information up there right there?
We have parenting support groups on Saturdays, and we've got grief support groups occurring on Mondays.
Okay.
And so those will also rotate around again in the spring.
Okay.
For January, we'll have a new set of dates for those.
Okay.
And so increasing our outreach opportunities.
That is awesome. Again, if you have any questions for Robin or for anyone at Samaritan Counseling, call that number, which is
409-727-6400.
And again, Robin, I want to thank you so much for joining me today on Texans Recovering Together and sharing with the community how they can get more services, get help with the services and programs that you offer. Thank you for the work that you're doing throughout the counties. We appreciate you. And again, thank you, Texas Recovering Together, for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We all remember the reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you? What have we all truly learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30, where we discuss ways to connect the community to services and resources to help you recover. We are all Texans recovering together. We all remember the news reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you now? What have we really learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 as we discuss ways to plan and prepare for hurricane season, where we also connect the community to resources and services to help you recover from disasters. We are all Texans recovering together.
Welcome back to Texans Recovering Together. I'm Teresa Davis, and joining me, I have President and founder of the Dream Center of Southeast Texas, Mike Connors. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having us here, and it's a joy and a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's a privilege to have you all here. I know just a little bit about the Dream Center in California. I've heard about it for years. I mean, they do an awesome job. So I want you to take some time and let our audience and the community know what inspired you to bring this amazing program, the Dream Center of Southeast Texas, here.
Well, my wife and I had worked at the original Dream Center in Los Angeles. I was there for 14 years.
Wow.
She was there for 17.
Okay.
We had a daughter that lived here. And so God was kind of stirring our hearts to transition.
Okay.
And my daughter had sent me an email and said, Daddy, I know you're doing a great job, but do you think you could do it someplace closer? So as a father of a daughter, that kind of resonated with me. And all of a sudden, God had spoken to our heart and said that Beaumont needs a Dream Center. Now, our vision of Beaumont was like a sleepy little bedroom town, you know, that you pass through on the way to somewhere. So I didn't really think that Beaumont needed a Dream Center until I started researching the demographics. And it just really blew me away that the huge need that is here. And so immediately we started making preparations to come. We moved here January of 2017, started our outreaches in March of 2017. Started first partnering with Beaumont Housing Authority and just began to grow from there.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So for the people who don't know the mission or the vision, tell us about that for the Dream Center of Southeast Texas.
Absolutely. We're excited to serve people. I mean, that's just really our vision, that we want to be able to help people that are hurting and help them heal and get back on their feet. And in fact, our motto is building a better tomorrow, making a difference today.
Oh, wow.
And that's really what we go about doing. So basically, we're a nonprofit organization that uses faith-based principles to help people overcome anything from poverty, such as we'll do outreaches where we give away food, clothing, supplies, all the way up to including residential services.
Oh, wow.
And in fact, right after Harvey, our first giveaway after Harvey, we had 24 pallets of supplies, gave away to 400 people that were actually standing in line waiting in the rain.
Wow, wow. Now, I have to ask, because I know being in Southeast Texas, you all were here when Harvey struck, and many of us were impacted in some way. Can you tell us about the impact that you witnessed firsthand?
Yes. I lived in California for the past 14 years, and so the biggest thing you had to worry about there was earthquakes. And
what about the mudslides too? There's mudslides going on and wildfires.
There are wildfires. Where we were living close to downtown, so we didn't really have to worry so much about the mudslides.
Okay.
But rain was pretty much non-existent for the most part. I grew up in Oklahoma, very much used to thunderstorms, but hurricanes, oh my gosh. It was like a 48-hour thunderstorm, that I'd never experienced. And we had to evacuate. The deputies came to our place and had us evacuate. And so we didn't know what to do. But as it turns out, it was fortunate that we had bought an RV trailer to come out here because we had to evacuate in that. And it was a week or so before we got back in, and then found out on Facebook by watching live that somebody was taking a boat down our road past our home that was under about 6 feet of water.
Wow.
So we lost everything.
Oh, goodness.
And but the silver lining in all of that is that losing everything teaches you to trust God completely.
Wow.
And so when we signed the lease for this facility out at 69, the old TYC facility that is going to require hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in rehab, it's like, okay, it's a God thing.
Okay. And he, if there was a beginning to this process, of course we know there's a middle and there's an end. And so right now, where are you in that process, and what are some of the needs or challenges that you might be facing? How can the community pitch in and help to add on to, the vision of what you're doing with the Dream Center?
Well, thank you for asking. It is a huge vision, and it's something that we can't do ourselves. And so one of the things that we always respond to that is very generic, and then I'll get to the specifics a little bit after that. But number one is prayer. I mean, especially, you would not believe how much we were praying that night, as we sat in our little RV and everything going on around us with the hurricane. God moves mountains and stops water from rising through prayer. Volunteers, there are only 4 of us that are on staff full-time at this huge facility. So we have 50 acres, we have 13 buildings, about 180,000 square feet. We're getting ready to open 3 of those buildings in phase 1 with an open house on October 13th at 10 a.m.
Tell us again, we have an event coming up on October, go ahead and tell us.
October 13th. We will have our open house event at the facility at 3890 FM 3514, and it'll be from 10 till noon. And basically, we'll just share welcome. Judge Brannick will be sharing a little bit, thanking the community for getting behind us, and then we'll just have open house where you can just go through. We'll have the building set up with some pictures of our vision for the facility and what we're going to do, and just invite a lot of people to come out and see what we're doing, see the buildings that are open, see the need that is there, that is great. Because like we said, volunteers, we need a lot of you, and we really appreciate you. And then also the third is finances. You know, obviously we need finances. We are a nonprofit. We need to operate. It takes money. The Bible doesn't say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil.
Absolutely.
So we need finances. We need you to help us. This is your dream center. This is the Dream Center of Southeast Texas. We've actually changed our name initially from Beaumont Dream Center to Dream Center of Southeast Texas because we want to serve more. Initially, it's going to be Orange, Hardin, and Jefferson counties that we're going to be serving as we continue to grow. But we are so excited to be part of this community. We have roots here. We're not going anywhere. In fact, the county gave us a 20-year lease.
Oh, wow.
So we will be here for a while.
Yeah,
so.
you are, as I've been told, a Beaumonter now, and they take that pretty serious out here. So, yeah, you're going to be around here for a while. So let's talk about the programs and the services, because that is going to be major. I mean, I've seen for myself what the needs are within the communities throughout 6 counties that we service under this crisis counseling program grant. But I want to hear more about the programs and the services that you all provide.
Well, probably what we're most known for right now is our outreaches, where we actually go into areas, and since we've been at this facility, we've been having drive-throughs where we give out boxes of food and we give away clothing.
And I think we have that. We can put that up on the screen too. You do that?
The next one coming up, the 20th, I think.
20th of October?
20th of October coming up. It'll be from 10:30 to 12, and it's going to be an opportunity for people just to line up. In fact, line up early.
Oh, wow.
People start lining up at 6:30.
Oh, wow.
And one of the things that we've noticed, you know, going back to the whole recovery thing, is the fact that we actually are very personal. We take the time to talk to the people in the cars, and at the end we offer a prayer if they so desire.
Wow.
And one of the things that we keep hearing is like, you know, I still haven't moved back in my home yet. I've got other families living with me, so this food is going to help us be able to make ends meet, you know, as we're continuing to work. And then we get praise reports as well, you know. There are some people that come through. One lady asked me to pray for a job, and she came back through the next month and said, praise the Lord, I got a job.
Look at that.
Another one told us they got to move back into their house. And so it's really rewarding to be able to see that. And so in addition to that, one of the things that we're most known for, other than the outreaches, is faith-based recovery. That is actually what my wife and I did back in Los Angeles for 14 years. And so we have, this will be my 20th year next year.
Oh, wow.
2019 in recovery, faith-based recovery ministries. And so it's just amazing to see people's lives transform as they come out of darkness and into the light in that freedom. And it's really ironic, and that's where God has such a sense of humor, that a place that was known for bondage and darkness is now going to be known as a place of freedom and coming out of the light. So,
oh, wow.
Yes, if we can never get the clouds to part for the light to come through. So, but yes, it is amazing, and we are so privileged to be a part of it. Now, in addition to the recovery, we have a lot of other recovery, or a lot of other residential programs, such as we'll be offering residential for kids that are aging out of the foster care system.
Oh, that is certainly
yes, there in Los Angeles, we saw where, if you're familiar with Skid Row, we saw that once kids reached 18, and some of the foster, not all of them, there are some good ones out there, I want to make sure and say that, but there were a lot of them that were just in it for the money.
Wow.
And as soon as they turned 18 and they weren't getting that money, they dropped them off in Skid Row.
Wow.
And so there's a need for that, and there are funds available through grants and things that help them get a job, get a career, get a skill up until age 23. Also, veterans coming home from deployment. Sometimes they need a little bit extra help readjusting.
They do.
And veterans tend to thrive on a mission, and what better mission than to be the difference here in Southeast Texas.
Wow.
And so,
I
you know,
love
being able
that.
to partner with us. We will also have a short-term missions program where churches and organizations from around the area will be able to come for a week at a time and be able to help us in our mission of reaching out to the community. And then eventually we'll have a School of Practical Ministry where a lot of youth are really into the gap year where they try to figure out what they're doing. Church kids are no different. And so a lot of them like, should I go into ministry or should I get a vocation? So this provides them to be able to get hands-on experience in ministry and make that decision for themselves. Plus we have partnered with some colleges that will give them some credits through online classes. That way it's not, and you know, the parents look at it like, what are you going to do? You're going to bum around for a year? But, you know, but it's not wasted because they will be getting some college credits while they're there.
That does matter. That does matter.
And so that's the process that we're looking at. And there's really a host of things, probably too numerous to mention, but basically, you know, the motto of the Dream Center in Los Angeles is find a need and fill it, and find a hurt and heal it. And that's where we've taken that a step further by, you know, in order to change our tomorrow, which Beaumont really needs help changing our tomorrow, we got to have someone that's going to be the difference today. And we're taking that decision seriously and making sure that we can be there.
Well, we certainly appreciate you for being in Southeast Texas and taking that leap of faith to be the ones to pilot this. And so with that being said, let's talk about if there's any partnerships that you'd like to establish to help you accomplish this, what would some of those partnerships be?
Oh, wow. Well, we definitely need contractors that are willing to donate their time to help us. The buildings are in great shape. They're cinder block. They survived Harvey. There was no damage there. But we definitely need help with some of the roofs. There are a few leaks here and there. HVAC contractors, there's a lot of air conditioning units on that property that we need to get going. We do live in Southeast Texas. Not only do we need to have the air conditioning for being able to help us survive the heat, but also to stop mold and mildew from forming on these buildings. So we really got to have that help. And then plumbing, you know, plumbers and things like that. As far as collaboration, we're very much open to collaboration with other agencies and other nonprofits that really just meet the need. I mean, that's kind of our desire. We've partnered, we're part of the Social Services Coalition, part of the Regional Planning Committee that we meet with them. And we're always looking for partners. Gosh, I'm on the spot and I'm going blank right now, but we have several different partners already that are nonprofits that we work with. And, churches, we do a lot of work with the churches. And we encourage the churches. We have Campus Beautification Day. Actually coming up this Saturday, the first Saturday of every month. And then our food giveaway is on the third Saturday of every month. We need food drives, you know, churches and everyone that, you know, you want to do a food drive for us. We would love you to get in contact with us and let us tell you some of our needs that we have and really would appreciate any help we can get in that.
And that's awesome that you all are making this vision about everyone in Southeast Texas and really demonstrating to us how it's going to take that collective effort to actually make sure that we can meet the needs of the people, and that's awesome. You see that from the very beginning, that this is about all of us coming together to make sure that we could service the people and doing it in such a way where there's healing, you know, that's being brought to the communities and families and so forth. I mean, there's some amazing things that you all are doing. These programs are awesome. And so if you're listening right now and you know of any agencies or organizations that could partner with the Dream Center of Southeast Texas, make sure they contact you. And what's the best way for them to do that?
The best way is our number 409-234-5255. Again, that number is 409-234-5255. Now, please be patient. Like I said, there's only 4 of us, and we're usually sweeping or mowing or something.
So they need volunteers.
So leave a message. Please, please, please leave a message. I get comments all the time. People say, well, you don't ever answer the phone. I'm like, well, I'm probably mowing the yard.
Probably busy.
But leave us a message, and we will call you back, I promise. And one thing that I did forget that is very important is we have a community center. That is one of the buildings that we're opening. And so on one side is a gym, which we're going to have what's called the Lord's Gym, which is going to be youth sports services and a fitness center. And on the other side is vocational training. And so we've actually partnered with some agencies there to be able to bring vocational training in automotive technician, welding, and carpentry skills.
Look
And
at
then,
that.
yeah, it's going to be, and computer literacy, GED, we'll have all that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Again, give us that website, Mike. What
Website is dreamcenter.sctx.org.
Or follow them on Facebook at?
Dream Center SCTX, Facebook.
Awesome, awesome. Again, I want to thank you so much, Mike, for joining me today and the audience of Texans Recovering Together. We know that you have an upcoming event on October you have it this Saturday, you have the beautification.
Beautification.
And then you have the food drive that's coming up.
The 13th.
And what
food
about?
Food giveaway the 20th.
The food giveaway on the 20th. So make sure you tune in.
Busy,
all right, make
busy
sure you
month.
contact them. There's so many resources that are out there. Again, I want to thank you so much for joining me. And we want to thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned in. We'll be right back.
We all remember the reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you? What have we all truly learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30, where we discuss ways to connect the community to services and resources to help you recover. We are all Texans recovering together. We all remember the news reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you now? What have we really learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 as we discuss ways to plan and prepare for hurricane season, where we also connect the community to resources and services to help you recover from disasters. We are all Texans recovering together. We all remember the reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you? What have we all truly learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30, where we discuss ways to connect the community to services and resources to help you recover. We are all Texans recovering together.
Into today's Texans Recovering Together. I am Teresa Davis, Region 5's team lead and community liaison for our crisis counseling program. Today has been an awesome experience for me. I hope you've enjoyed our guest today as well. We learned some valuable information, and again, this program is all about disaster recovery and preparedness, linking you with services and programs and resources to help you continue to recover in regards to the impact of Hurricane Harvey. We are very much aware at Region 5 throughout our crisis counseling program that the need still exists. There are many that are still waiting to get back into their homes. There are many that are without resources, and you're looking for answers, where to go, who to contact. And so this show is all about helping you to discover and get in contact with the agencies in your communities that will continue to offer services and programs and resources that you can benefit from. Unfortunately, our crisis counseling program goes away on October the 31st, but I do believe I can speak for all of our crisis workers that have been out there in your communities servicing these 6 counties, Hardin County, Orange, Jefferson, Tyler, Newton, and Jasper, and they've had the privilege of making encounters with you and discovering what your unmet needs are. And so again, the goal and the focus of Texas Recovering Together is to answer some of those questions. And I believe we've been able to do that today with guests on our show, such as Samaritan Counseling, United Way, the Dream Center of Southeast Texas, and I Connect Outreach Ministry. Please make sure that you post your questions. You post any concerns, anything that you want to know about regarding our today's guest. We'll be sure to respond to you. We have a social media team standing by to make sure that we can answer those questions or respond to those posts. Again, it is a privilege to come to you today on Texans Recovering Together, and I'm hoping you'll stay tuned and join me next Friday, same time, same place. Facebook Live, Texans Recovering Together. I'm Teresa Davis. Thank you again for joining me.
We all remember the reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you? What have we all truly learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30, where we discuss ways to connect the community to services and resources to help you recover. We are all Texans recovering together. We all remember the news reports. Hundreds of homes lost due to the havoc of Harvey Hurricane. How prepared are you now? What have we really learned from our experiences in 2017? Join us on September the 21st and every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 as we discuss ways to plan and prepare for hurricane season, where we also connect the community to resources and services to help you recover from disasters. We are all Texans recovering together. I've heard your stories. I've witnessed the hardships. We've all seen the aftermath of Harvey Hurricane. Are you prepared? Let's talk disaster preparedness and recovery. We are all Texans recovering together.